Hi everyone, Mr. Mark here again. In today's video, we're going to be looking at comparison rates and how to calculate comparison rates. When you're looking for a lender, if you are taking out a loan, it's good to understand comparison rates because yes, they might give you a better rate, but are they charging fees every month, or is there an establishment fee to move across? So comparison rates are a fair way of actually comparing by taking into consideration all of those fees. Okay, so we're going to jump straight into an example here where we're calculating a comparison rate for three different banks, for example, with a loan of $50,000 over 10 years. So the first bank, Bank A here, has a nominal rate of 8.5% compounded monthly with no setup or monthly fees. Because there are no setup or monthly fees, then the nominal rate is going to be the same as the comparison rate, which is 8.5% per annum. Okay, so that would be the rate we use to compare with other banks. The second bank here, Bank B, for example, has a lower interest rate, which is great, but they also charge a service fee of $4 per month. So does it work out to be a better rate than Bank A of 8.5%? Let's have a look. So Bank B, what we're going to do on the graphics calculator is we're going to put in some values again for N, I, etc. So N is going to be here 10 years compounded monthly, so 10 times 12 or 120. Interest rate we're going to start with is going to be 8.25%. The present value is going to be $50,000, what we're borrowing, the principal. PMT is what we want to work out in this case. So how much you have to pay per month based on that. And then we're going to add the service fee to it. We want the future value to be 0. We want PY to be 12 because we're assuming we're paying monthly, and CY to be 12 because it is being compounded monthly. So based on all that, how much would you have to pay per month? Let's go and put those details into our graphics calculator. Bear with me, it will take me a little bit to just pop these values in because I haven't taken a shortcut yet, but 120, so 10 times 12 for the number of months. Interest rate is 8.25% for Bank B. Present value of $50,000, that's the principal. The PMT is what we're trying to work out, and we want the future value to be 0. PY and CY I already set at 12. So what's the PMT going to be based on that? It works out to be, and remember we always round this up to the next cent, $613.27. So $613.27 is how much you'd have to pay back per month at 8.25% to borrow $50,000 over 10 years from Bank B. But keep in mind, they're also charging a $4 service fee. So we're going to add that $4 back on to the PMT because that's per month. And I'm just going to change that value now of PMT to, again, it's going to be a negative amount, minus $617.27 per month. Okay, remember, it's important to have that as a negative. And then based on that, what would the real interest rate actually be? So now I'm actually asking it, what is the interest rate? Well, it actually works out as a comparison rate to be 8.40%. Okay, so now my comparison rate here of 8.40% per annum is actually better than Bank A's. It's still higher than obviously the initial 8.25%, but your comparison rate will always be higher than your nominal rate given a service fee and an establishment fee. Okay, it will never be less. C is our third option. It offers a interest rate of 8% per annum compounded monthly with an establishment fee of $300 and a service fee of $8 per month. So let's have a look at those details here. N is still going to be 120 because it's monthly. The interest rate here is 8%, so a little bit better again. My PV is going to be $50,000, but because there's an establishment fee of $300, I'm going to add that. So PV now becomes $50,300. Again, I'm trying to ask, what is the PMT going to be based on that. The future value is going to be 0. PY and CY will both be set as 12 because we're assuming monthly repayments and your interest is being compounded monthly. It does say that. So based on that, what is the value of PMT? Well, in our graphics calculator, I'm just going to make those tweaks, go back, set our interest rate at 8%. The present value is now going to be an extra $300. Okay. And PMT is what we're actually asking it to work out. So what will the PMT based on that be? It's $610, rounding up to the next cent and 28 cents. So $610.28. But keep in mind, we have a $8 service fee per month. We are now going to add that $8 service fee to this amount and pop that back into the graphics calculator. I do want to point out one thing here, though, that might be hard to get your head around as to why, and I'll try and explain it the best I can. So first of all, let's put in minus $118.28, okay, 110.28 plus the $8. But before I work out the interest rate here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the PV back to $50,000. All right, we're already paying, we're telling it we're going to pay that amount, $618.28, 120 times. We're not paying interest on the service fee. So let's remove that $300, just get it back to $50,000. Okay, what is the interest rate based on that? And it will tell us 8.44 approximately percent is the comparison rate. So the interest rate for, or the comparison rate for Bank C is 8.44% per annum, which is still higher than Bank B. So what is the best option? Option B is the best option. It says here to explain your answer. So if this has been in a test, don't just say it has a lower comparison rate. What does that mean in terms of the situation? Yeah, I have to explain. So yes, it has a lower rate, and it could be as simple as saying, you know, that means the lower rate means you would be paying less interest. So just make sure you explain that to get that extra mark. So yes, Bank B is the better option because it's got a lower rate, but I'm going to go on to explain that the reason it's the best option is because I would therefore pay less interest over the life of the loan. Okay, so that's how you work out comparison rates. If you have the information such as service fees and establishment fees, using your graphics calculator. Okay, keep in mind that sort of that last step if you do have that establishment fee as well. So hopefully that helps. Again, thanks for watching, and again, I'll see you in my next video.